Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Edgar Mendez. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you for sharing time and space with me. I do appreciate your support. Like, it's so much support. It's so crazy. I really do love it though. It is a lot. It's a lot of support though. I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all the donations that I've been receiving. All all that help. It's really nice. It really does mean a lot to me, and I really do appreciate it. I want to, remind you all, don't forget to like and comment as well. That does help me out. And, yeah, today we're going to be doing what is your person regretting right now. So we're going to look at what they're regretting and just kind of take it from there, all right? So we're going to do on all signs, Aries to Pisces, like the usual. So let's get started. So we are at 50 seconds for Aries. All right. So what does Aries' person regret right now? Like, what are they regretting most right now? They are in the feeling sorry for themselves, but we've all been here, though. Have we not? Like, I promise you, I've been in it so many times that, you just have to work through that. Very difficult to do sometimes, though, right? But it is important that one works through that. However, this is someone who's very much feeling sorry for themselves. They like to blame other people, by the way. And they feel like they're being blamed for stuff that's not their fault. It's very interesting. They feel they're victim blaming, being victim blamed. Essentially, I know it sounds crazy. It's when you're in that crazy distorted energy. It's logic or truth that doesn't factor in. It doesn't. Craziness does, and that's kind of where they at. A little crazy right now. But they're very much feeling sorry for themselves, and but they're trying to blame other people and other circumstances for their problems. And when, we do that, we don't really take accountability. When we do that, we're not really able to move forward, right, in the proper sort of way. And this is someone who is attempting to kind of pass the buck right now on, I wanted to say their parents, because they feel ill-equipped to handle situations that cause them stress. That's part of it, but it's not it's not the whole cake. And not the whole cake, it's a slice of the cake. It's not the whole thing. Sorry, I'm seeing cheesecake real good. So anyway, but they're very much in this. I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm regretting. I don't know what to do. This is someone who's kind of lost in that right now. Let's see. What are they feeling sorry with themselves about? Like, why are they so? Where's this stemming from? What's the core analysis of this? Part of this is that they didn't know how to handle you and deal with the situation. I think that's actually been a repetitious thing in this person's life. All of us have these, right? Where it's like the same freaking issue. It's like, again, right? We've all been there, right? It's like, again, but wow, right? It does feel like that's part of the equation, right? Where it's like, this is someone who's had very similar themes playing out in their connections, and you were just a cherry on top, essentially. And this is someone who's going back to their, they deep dived into the self, and to blame their parents, right? Or blame parents, or blame how they were raised as a result of why they're not able to cope and handle situations that bring them stress. I do feel this person has an immaturity side to them. It kind of keeps this person from regretting right now. It is what it is. So the regret's real, right? It's what they're feeling, but they keep trying to, I don't know, it's like they're spinning it, right? They spin the narrative. So it's like they should regret what I'm going through because they did this to me. I know it's crazy, but it is what it is. You have someone here who's very much trying to do that. This isn't gonna be for everyone, but how this person was taught to treat a significant other that came from the father, right? It's part of it as well. So this isn't gonna be for everyone, but some of you may have felt this person was maybe playing games with you, or treated you like you were less than or nothing, or I don't know. I want to say a piece of meat or something like that. Yeah, it's like it did technically come from a parent. That's for real, legit, right? But this is someone where it's like they're kind of blaming them rather than, I gotta take accountability because I have that energy inside of me. And it's the truth, by the way. It is what it is, right? You did it, right? So you have the energy. So it doesn't matter where it came from, right? What you need to do is deal with what you got, right? And this is someone who's really not in that energy right now. They'll get there eventually. They will, no joke, for real, right? However, it's gonna take some time because how their mind is working and how that narrative is being honestly formed is everybody else is to blame and not myself. All right. Is there anything else that you want to say for how this like what is this person regretting most right now? Yes, they were shrewd with you. No, I don't know if shrewd's the right word. It feels like like getting a drop of love from this person was like trying to squeeze moisture out of a raisin. I know that sounds crazy to say, but that's what I got as the imagery, right? It's like this. There's like this. You know, raisins are dried up. They're dried as F, right? You know, they're so crazy dry, and it's like trying to get moisture out of that raisin, and next to impossible. It's very, isn't the raisin dry? Yeah. So they regret, right? Giving you so little and making you work so hard to get even a little bit of like a little drop from them. That one stings for this person, by the way, real stingy. But they know they did it. They know they did it. All right, so that's all I got for you, Aries. Don't forget to like and comment. I do appreciate it. So let's see. We're at now 6 minutes for Taurus. Sorry, I forgot to rate all the way to 12. Anyway, Taurus, what does Taurus's person regret most right now? Person's a player. That one seems to be key. They treated you like an option. I do feel this sounds crazy. I think they may have actually had an ego death, by the way, because I'm seeing this person walking about their life like all high and mighty, like their crap don't stink, right? Feeling real good about themselves, you know. But our ego has a tendency to block out what we're not seeing about ourselves. So what we are seeing, it like looks amazing, but everything that's bad about us or everything that needs to be fixed about us, right? And everything that's distorted about us, right? It's like our ego doesn't let us see that a lot of the times, right? And this is someone who had very much like her ego was very much blocking, right? All the things about themselves that they were not that they needed to improve on, essentially, right? So they went about their life high and mighty, like if honestly, like they were the God's gift to earth. It really does feel like that. Very egotistical person, right? But in doing so, they treated people like they were next to nothing and that they like an option, right? This is someone who kind of I don't know what this. Sorry, it just sounded crazy. Because I saw you on a chair and they were spinning you around, and it was just like it kind of feels like for some of you, because the spin kind of reminds me of like you spin fast enough, someone's gonna fall out. Like this person may have tried to like they tried to play games like maybe pushing you away or making I don't know making your life a little bit frustrating. I'm not sure, but I definitely saw this person like you know like a really big version, and then you're like on a chair and they're spinning you with their finger. I know it sounds crazy, but that's basically what they were doing. It is what it is, and this is someone where they really do regret that now. They really do regret treating you as such. And it's a lot of things that they just weren't seeing. For one, they didn't see your value. That's key. That's a key component, by the way. But they were treating people like this no matter what. And this is, of course, coming from a distorted place, right? You know, you don't someone who loves themselves, someone who values themselves, someone who's whole doesn't treat people like they do. And this is someone who is very much treating people just in general real bad, by the way. And now they now see your value, but in doing so, it's helped this person understand how they were actually treating people all along. It came in like in the sense of someone who doesn't really consider other people's feelings. There's no empathy, no compassion, right? That's a key component I feel with this person. It was coming from this. Well, you're just a regular person. I know it sounds crazy to say, but that's really is where it's coming from. You're just a regular person. Why do I care, right? And this is someone who regrets now having that mentality, having that perception, and especially having that with you. But you actually open up this door because they were doing it left and right to people. They were treating people terribly, yeah. When it happened with you, that's when this person really woke up to who they were and who they were actually showing the world they were as well. Very interesting, by the way. It's like this is someone who's had like, whoa, right? It's like that shock, right? This is someone who's looking in a mirror, you know, it's crazy. It's like their mirror was showing them all the best parts, and then they look in the mirror now. It's like, oh, wow, it's like a Dorian Gray type situation, and very much like that. Is there anything else that this person regrets right now? Or that they're regretting? Mm, they dug themselves in a pretty deep hole with you. It's difficult. This person has this, like, if they were in your shoes, they wouldn't give them a second chance, basically. And they look at the situation, they look at you, and they don't think that you're willing to open up and give them a second chance. I'm not sure how you feel about it. However, this is someone who's there's just that knowing. Energetically, all of us have all the clairs, right? Every single clair. So all of us actually know, right? Even if we have not talked to someone, how someone intuitively feels, right? Or how someone sees things. You just know it. Like, this person just knows that that it hurt you, and you're not likely to give them a second chance. You're not likely to let them come in and try to prove themselves as a different person. I do feel they are different, but I do feel the metamorphosis will need some time. I think that's it. I see them. Once you see it, it's like, that's when you can finally face it. When you're not seeing it, which is what they were dealing with before they met you, they were unable to see that they were treating people so badly. They just couldn't. It's the truth, though. It really is, right? But now that they see it, they are going to change as a result of that. So, it's just an odd thing. Sorry, who gave it? Metatron. Metatron gave it. It's a constellation, but know that they won't be like this with the next person if you don't ever come back with them. So it is a constellation in a sense, but it is what it is, okay? I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and comment. All right, so we're at 11 minutes now. And then 42 seconds for Gemini. Hi, Gemini. So let's look at what your person is regretting at this very moment. So let's see, what is Gemini's person regretting at this very moment? So your person's life is their biggest regret. It is interesting. I don't know how many mistakes or how many failures, or this person sees things as mistakes and failures, like choices that they've made, but they seem to have made a lot of them. So I see this person, it's one of those, I don't know, it's like a poster or something where you have like these clouds around you, right? It's like boom, 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 right? And it has all the aspects of their life, and in every cloud they look, they're like, holy crap, it's all bad. And that's the regret. This person's regret right now is that, holy crap, my life is just all bad. Every aspect, every area of my life. It's like, I don't know how this person was making choices in their life. I imagine logic. It never gets you anywhere. But wherever this person was making choices, sometimes you make them out of fear. Whatever the case is, this is someone where it's their choices and how they were making their choices and the place they were making their choices from led them to make real bad choices. And now every aspect of their life just sucks. And they're looking at this and they're like, wow, what are the odds? It is like that. What are the odds? Every part of my life sucks. Very, very high. If a person who's making choices from a distorted place is making those choices, right? So they are the common denominator, obviously. So it's very high that this person's life would be bad if they were making choices from a bad place. But they're looking at this like, what have I done wrong? And the regret is their life is the way it is. But in doing so, in that regret seeping into this person's, like, I want to say they gave the word psyche, but whatever the case is, the fact that the regret's now seeping in, it's now making this person ask that question. Why did this happen? Why? It's a real good question, isn't it, right? Like, why did this happen, right? And they're now starting to understand where they were making certain choices from. And some of them were logic, some of them were being practical. Fear, I think, is a real big one for this person. Lack is another one. Self-worth. So it's hard to say, depending on what situation triggered what, that's the place they made the choice from. It was almost never from their heart. Oh, so you can imagine this person's life is just all around bad, right? And I know we look at that and think, oh no, I look at that and think, yes, like, this is someone who's learned. You learned the hard way here, and I know I have. I'm pretty sure everyone else does. You know, in my experience, you don't learn from the same from a slap on the wrist. So this person experiencing this, I don't know what you call this. It's just like, oh, whoa, experiencing this, it's enlightenment, isn't it, right? Is now going to start making choices from a place of their heart, in a place of love, in a place of truth, rather than some crazy place. And but the regret is that my life is the way it is. You could have been the cherry on top for this person, but it's hard to say, because I see so many things this person regrets. It's like I think you're lost in the shuffle in a sense. But it kind of, how Saint Germain is saying is that it was heavy, but you came in and it's like a ton. You know how it's so crazy, but you know how those how those weights look, where it's like it has 1 ton or something like that. It's like you put it on and then boom, this is so much weight on this person they couldn't deny it anymore. So I do feel you are the cherry on top, but it was like the last thing in a series of things and mistakes that they've made that really has made this person pause to ask themselves, how the hell did my life get like this? And now they're seeking out how they can make sure that doesn't happen anymore. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It's such a beautiful experience, right? Because if they didn't learn that the hard way, they would keep making those choices from a really crazy place. Fear seems to be the one, if I'm being honest with you, the most problematic, but it could be any. So now they learn the hard way. You gotta follow that heart. You gotta follow truth. And this is someone who's gonna start making choices from their heart from now on, and not from a place of lack and fear and all that nasty stuff. All right. So anything else in terms of what this person is regretting when it comes to, like, in their life right now? Let's see. Yes, there are certain things that this person wants to do. I don't know. It kind of came like across like a bucket list, but it doesn't have to be necessarily that. Yeah, this person is, it's like, I don't know how much time they have left here, but I feel like they're getting to the stage in their life where they're like, if I want to do these things in my life, I need to really, kind of like really commit myself to it. I don't know how haphazardly they were going about their life, because like I see someone here just going, was wobbling back and forth like one of those wobble ships, right? And now there's a lot more focus in terms of, I want to get there, and they're moving in those directions. And this is someone who's really starting to take control of their life a little bit more as well, and they're now starting to go towards the things that they really do want to live, experience in this life. So I see them writing down a bucket list. This doesn't give me for everyone, but I see this person being left-handed. I don't see that being for everyone, but I am very much in the left hand. But I think that that's more of to do with the brain, right? Because my left brain is where I receive, the right not so much. So I don't know. It's like where I receive from the beings of light. So it is what it is. But they did highlight the left hand. However, this is someone who's being more focused at that. So they're gonna make some progress here. You have someone who's learned the hard way, and they're taking those lessons to heart. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So that's what I got for you, Gemini. Don't forget to like and comment. And thank you. All right. So we're on Cancer. All right. All right, Cancer. Let's look at what your person regrets most right now, Cancer. So let's see. What does Cancer's person regret most right now? All right. What does Cancer's person regret most? What's Cancer's person regret most? Let's take a look here. One of the things that this person does regret most, it has to do with the fact that they did not open up to you emotionally. I do feel this person had ample opportunities to do so. In fact, I feel maybe you've asked them or you did it first. It's hard to say. However, they've had, I don't know how to explain this. Okay, they're bringing for an example. It doesn't have to be what happened, but they're saying, let's say you told this person really deep emotional stuff, and then your story ended. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It is what it is. Your story ended in this, right? And then you're sitting here, and then you're kind of waiting for them to say something in return. I'm so sorry. It's I don't mean to laugh, but it's coming in so funny. And then they just said nothing, and they skated over, like, I don't know. Maybe they didn't even engage with what you said, the emotional stuff you said, and they didn't actually tell you anything themselves, right, about what they experience, right? Or maybe what's inside them inside their deep emotional body, right? Hard to say, but I feel that's how I see the scenario where it's like you told them and you're just waiting for them to say something or to maybe tell you their own experience, and it's like they didn't, and it was I don't even know. I don't know if this actually happened to you, but it's a very funny experience. I guess when you're outside looking in, and you're just like, wow, they didn't even bother. They couldn't, by the way. But this is somewhere where I truly feel they had ample opportunities to be more emotionally available, open. and be reciprocal. Reciprocal seems to be the key one. That's the word that they are highlighting. And this person chose not to, and they didn't, not that they didn't want to, not that they just, you know, saw no appeal to it. No. They say absolutely saw appeal. They absolutely wanted to do this, but there were a lot of blocks and restrictions with this person, which made them unable. Ooh, the air came out. For real, a lot of blocks and restrictions, which made them unable, right, to open up to you emotionally the way that they wanted. I'm not entirely sure. Sorry, I'm trying to see if this person's heart, but you know, I know that one of the things that has really been coming into my awareness, Cancer. You know, blocks and restrictions really do play a role in our life in a big way. And although, right, most people, depending on what it is, your blocks and your restrictions, they don't keep you from what you want, but it takes a lot of energy to make the choice to move there, right? But this person, although they wanted to open up, right, their blocks and restrictions weren't too big, too great for this person to be able to have enough energy in that moment to express themselves emotionally. So it is a regret of theirs. They're not comprehending why they weren't able to do it. But this is someone who absolutely wanted to, but they just didn't have enough energy to overcome the very block and restriction that was at play here. A really good way to describe it is how I feel it, especially if you have clairsentience or it's activated. All of us have clairsentience, but I always feel like energy right on me, like a layer of energy. And I've always had my spiritual team removing it and healing it, because it's annoying. I remember every time I would start to do readings, I would have that energy on me. It was so annoying. And it made me really tired. Like I didn't want to work, even though I actually wanted to work, right? So it's important to understand like how that's affecting us. But the bigger the bigger the block, bigger the restriction, the more energy it takes to make the choice to do something. So it was big. I gotta be real. It was big. I don't know how personally you're still taking this, but it had nothing to do with you. However, it is a regret of theirs. They really wish that they had been more emotionally available and have were able to overcome that block and that restriction there. They had tried to do this. I'm seeing this person, but they feel like they didn't try enough. But it's exhausting. Like your mind, all of us only have so much mental energy at our disposal. And when you're using it and you're trying to force your way through the block, it's so hard. It's like exhausting. I'm not joking. I remember every time I would pop into a reading, I was like, I'm so exhausted doing this. I'm so tired. And it would take some time for me to get that energy back, and it's legit, for real. You should all be experiencing this with your own blocks and restrictions. I know if you pay attention to it, I promise you'll see it, and you'll be able to remove it and start to heal it yourself. But when it's like a massive, they just didn't have enough energy. But it is a regret of theirs not being able to overcome it, not being able to express themselves emotionally. They want the intimate connection that you seek, by the way. It does feel like you are seeking it. They know you're seeking it. They know you want it. They wanted to have that with you. They wanted to be able to give that with you, that reciprocity, and they just were not able to do it. Is there any other regrets that they have for the Cancer viewers? Making you wait is another one. I think it's in relation to what they were just bringing up, but I think that actually means other things as well. I'm not sure. They said it's just leave it at that. Making you wait is a really big regret from this person, and it's something that they are trying to overcome as well. I do feel like this person feels like a massive disappointment. They feel like they're constantly disappointing people. They feel like they're constantly letting people down. And it's like I guess it's not a surprise that they feel like they're doing that to you. According to them, by the way. It's like, of course I'm letting them down too. Of course I'm a disappointment to them. Of course I can't do something. I think that there is a really negative energy inside of this person's mind, probably attached to them as well, negative program that really makes this person, it really makes it very difficult for this person to start to believe in themselves and give themselves a little bit of a break, right? You know, sure, you weren't able to do it, right? You know, but beating yourself up about it doesn't help. And that's exactly what it feels like. Like this person is just in that mode of beating themselves up, being very angry at themselves, and it really doesn't help. Not in the least as well. Is there any other regrets that they have? Oh, I think I gotta leave it there. Sorry, Cancer. Your reading has went over the limit. Anyway, I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and comment, Cancer. I do appreciate it. And take care. All right, we're at 24. 38 for Leo. Hi, Leo. So we're going to look at what your person is regretting most right now. One of the things that this person is really regretting right now, and it does, I think, have to do with you, but it's hard to say. We'll see. They really, actually, I think it is you. They really wish that they had spent more time with you. I don't know if you've not had dates with this person or you have not had, enough experiences where you were like just sitting alone talking. There is a strong emphasis on I really wish I had took them out. I really wish that we had talked more. I really wish that I had got to know them more. The regret is you. The readings have been a little bit like different, by the way, but this person, what they're regretting at this very moment in time, has to do with you and the fact that they didn't get to know you well enough and that they should have spent more time with you as well. I do feel like this person really wishes they had made you a priority and showed you that they were making you a priority as well. It's an odd thing. I don't know what this is about, but it's like I'm seeing this person really wishing they had reached over to grab your hand. I don't know if you've had dinner with them or something like that, but they really wish they had that experience. I know it sounds like it's a small thing. Maybe your connection never was much. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't like you've not had like any physical like intercourse or something like that. I don't know, but there is that feeling of here that's coming through where it's like I really wish I had reached over and grabbed their hand. I really wish I could just grab their hand. When I sometimes see stuff like that, right, coming through, and for anyone, it normally implies that like physical intercourse never happened kind of thing. But it's hard to say. It's not gonna be for everyone. But this is someone who does want those intimate moments, those intimate gestures with you. And the regret is to not have those experiences. I really wish that, sorry, it's coming from this person. I really wish that I had really had those experiences with them and tried a little bit more to have those experiences as well. But it has to do with dinner. It has to do with taking you out. It has to do with getting to know you and getting to know the real you, and not so much and not so much what they were trying to learn in the first place. I'm not sure what that means, but you have someone here who's very much trying very much regretting, right, not trying to get to know the real you, and they really wish they had gotten to know the real you. Is there anything else that you have for the Leo viewers in terms of what their person regrets most? I am getting this. I don't know if this person doesn't have money or they don't have that much, but they really wish that they had treated you better. But it has to do with, I don't, hold on. It's like I really wish I had got them. It's like I saw it as sorry, the metaphor they're giving me was a car, but it was like I want to treat them to luxury, the lap of luxury. This is something that they really do regret. Maybe this person couldn't do it, or maybe they don't have money to do it. It's hard to say. However, they really do want to treat you that way, and that really they want that beautiful exchange. But it's interesting. I do feel like this person may use money or the idea of money as a way to kind of mask some of their insecurities. A lot of people do that, by the way, especially because how it's programmed into our life, right? You have money, you have this kind of job, then you are attractive, but it doesn't work that way, right? You know what I mean? It's like, this is someone where they want money or they wish they had used more money on you to treat you, right? That like the special person that they see you, right, as. However, it's also in a way trying to use money to mask some of their insecurities about feeling a little bit inferior to you as well. Very interesting. Sorry, your reading is, this person's got some complexities coming up, but it's like this is someone who's deep diving, maybe for the first time, but they're deep diving into themselves. And the deeper you go, the kind of murkier it gets at times. So let's see, is there any last thing that you have for the Leo viewers? They were very small-minded with you. I do feel like, I don't know how your connection started out with each other, but this is someone who looks at the situation, looks at you, and said they should have been more open-minded with all of it. I don't know what that means exactly, but I kind of feel like they may have put you in a box, and then it was like, oh, this is all they are. But then you proved yourself, and time again, that you were someone else. You were someone else so different, and you were so much more than what they originally thought you to be. And it's like they should have actually stop putting you in that box, but their regret is to keep putting you there and not really taking you out. It kind of feels like a metaphor being, for an example, when you label someone or you put a label on them, like this is you, you're this type of person, and you proved yourself to be someone else over and over and over again. It was constant, and someone very special and dear to them, and yet they didn't change that label. Very interesting. Shouldn't label anyone, I imagine, but lesson for them, but very much that. Anyway, I think that's all I got for you, Leo. I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and comment, and take care. So we're at 13 minutes. 15 seconds for Virgo. So let's see, Virgo. What are Virgo's person's biggest regrets at this very moment in time? So one of the first things I'm getting from this person is that they are drowning themselves in work. So the regrets for you aren't actually hitting them as much. It kind of feels like I'm seeing this person. They don't, obviously this is not like legit, but I'm seeing them doing like a wood shop, right? And then their regrets tapping them on the shoulder. Hey, remember me? And then they don't pay attention to it because the wood, I don't know if you've ever been to a wood shop. I know I haven't been, but I think I've seen it in a show where they're really loud and you're sawing wood, but that it's like loud, right? So you can't really hear someone tapping on your shoulder. You can't really feel someone tapping on your shoulder. Maybe listen to music all the time. I don't know what this is symbolic for, but I see it as a wood shop, and the regret does tap them on their shoulder, and yet they don't pay attention to it because they don't really hear it. They don't really listen to it. I do feel like this is someone whose coping mechanism is some kind of an addiction, right? Maybe to work. It doesn't have to be work, but it's definitely a distraction of some kind. It keeps this person from really deep diving into their emotional body and to really feel their regret that they have for you. Is there anything that they do feel at times? There is. So for the most part throughout this person's day, it's a blank slate. They're like, nothing there, blah, blah, blah. I haven't been bothered, not once, right? So, and then at night when this person is going to sleep, or maybe when their moon's high, or when the moon's more full, this is someone who does feel that regret coming up at times. It kind of feels like it comes in a pulse. I don't know where it's coming from. It feels like it's slightly adjacent. No, slightly off to the sides of the heart, but it's like there's a pulse of you or a memory of you, or a thought of you that comes up. It sounds so strange, but it's like I miss them. That's how I hear it. Let me see. Is there what other phrasings do I have? Want to be with them. I wish I wish I had did that with them, stuff like that. So there is a part of that of themselves, right? That's constantly yearning, right, to be seen, yearning to be acknowledged, that their lifestyle doesn't allow them to really dive deep in. But that part of them does come out to play at times, especially when the moon's high and especially at night when this person's not as distracted as they are during the day. But it's like an I miss you, a longing for you as well. Pretty full life nonetheless, though. You have someone whose life's pretty full, so they're looking at, I guess, I don't know. I explain this. They're looking at, their life and thinking, I'm set, right? But there is a part of them that is very, very deeply missing you right now. All right. So let's see. Is there anything else that this person is regretting? Sorry. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Anything else that this person is regretting, when it comes to Virgo, like, or in their life in general? I do have their life that this person does have regrets for. I do feel this person has really impeccably high standards for themselves, and when they don't live up to them, they have a very, very difficult time overcoming that. So I see this person being very critical, self-critical really being the key, but it has to do with expectations and standards that they set for themselves that they can rarely live up to. And even when they are able to reach and achieve that standard, they just lift up that standard even higher, and they're constantly in this feeling of lack. So there's a regret full feeling coming through that makes this person, it's not a regret per se, it's more like shame, right? I feel shamed that I can't live up to the expectations that I feel I should be living up to. So it is part of it. I do feel like that might be the fact that that came through is no coincidence. It might be what keeps this person from reaching out to you, because if I can't live up to my expectations, then maybe I don't deserve them. I think it's a self-worth, but it's hard to say. But it has to do with the expectations that they keep raising and that they can never quite reach in the first place as well. Is there anything else that you have for the Virgo viewers in terms of this person's regrets right now? I don't know if this person shunned you, or this, how you two, like, I feels like you may not be talking. That's how I feel. That's how I got it, right? But they really wish that they had handled, I think when you stop talking, handled that better and didn't shun you or didn't push you away, and may have tried to bridge the gap. Then they look at their life and think, I think at the time it may have been insurmountable, right? It may have been too much, or maybe they were too triggered to do so. But now they look back and I wish I had did more for this connection, and I wish I had fought harder for it as well. And I wish I didn't shun them the way I did. That's how I heard it. But this is someone who, if they could go back, they do things differently. And but it's the fact that they did them that way the first place is how they learned, right? It is what it is, but it's there. It's there nonetheless. Anyway, that's all I got for you, Virgo. I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and comment. And we are at 35 minutes and 55 seconds for Libra. All right, Libra, we're going to be looking at what your person regrets the most right now, or what are they regretting right now. It's been a little bit different. Someone knows about life, someone knows about you, someone's a mix. It's hard. It's real crazy readings anyway. So let's see, Libra. What is Libra's person regretting right now? Let's see. I think this person brought a lot of drama into your life to a certain extent. Not for all of you, like, I don't know how much drama, but it does feel like there was some drama from this person. I do feel they were emotionally imbalanced and an emotional wreck. Had nothing to do with you, by the way, but it don't matter. It came out, and it kind of feels like they dumped on you in a sense. Some of them, it's funny. I was walking my dog, and then this person, they started getting all mad at me, and then I was like, I just, it's just when I hit those experiences, they're training me so that I can, face, millions of people and stand strong. So I understand it's part of my growth, but I had got balance in that moment, and then I told that person, stop projecting your problems at me. It's what I said to that person. Not as compassionate as I need to be, but I'm working it. I'm working on getting there. But I told that person, and I knew I hit truth, and they're like, I'm not doing that. But I'm like, oh, please. I didn't say that, but it's just like I knew. It kind of feels though like that, like this person's past problems end up getting projected onto you. This happens so often. Hurt people. That is so true. So a lot of times you have an experience that's not actually that bad, but it makes you explode because, well, all the past stuff you haven't healed is all getting hit at once. It's all being triggered at once. It's all being brought to the surface at once. So I feel like this person brought drama into your life. That's what I mean by drama. And they did project a lot of their problems onto you and kind of made their problem your problem. And it's something that they regret doing. It was unfair to you as well. You felt like a deer in the headlights, by the way. Just the experience of that. I was just like, where is this coming from? Like, whoa! I just like, I'm sure they're a happy-go-lucky person or what have you, right? But there was that there was like pain there nonetheless, and it doesn't mean like they were taking it out on you. They could just start crying, or maybe have, I'm not sure how this was expressed in itself, but you definitely knew that there was pain there. There's undoubtedly, right? That this person was in a lot of pain. However, the regret is that they kind of put that on you, put that on your plate, and that they weren't able to contain it. I do feel like up until they were able to contain their problems and their pain to themselves. They may be a good secret keeper as well, where not a lot of people know what they've gone through, but it wasn't just that they were telling you stuff they don't normally tell people, and maybe, I don't know, but it was the pain of those experiences were what people don't normally get. So I think a lot of people would have been around this person and thought they were balanced, I don't know, but they were just contained. You had this energy, or the energy that you had within yourself was drawing out that pain from them, and it was making them emotional. Yeah, emotional. Just going. All I gotta say about it is emotional. And yeah, it's the regret of theirs. It is what it is, right? Let's see. What other regrets does this person have towards just in towards Libra in their life? Let's see. Um, it was just a general unfairness to you. It also had to do with the fact that this person was kind of projecting a lot of their pain onto you, like you were the problem of it. You know how it's such a key component to, I honestly, I don't even know I don't know how the world got to where it is, but it's gonna get fixed soon enough, I guess. But you know how, like, if someone makes you feel bad, it's their fault, right? But that feeling, it's coming from within yourself, right? So the regret here is understanding that I felt bad about how I perceived them to be treating me because of what I went through already and energy I had with them myself. But it was like kind of blaming you for it, or kind of taking that out on you, instead of actually really looking at it and saying, oh, it's not coming from them. It doesn't even matter if someone treats you bad and you don't feel bad about yourself. It won't matter because it won't affect you, right? It also won't actually happen, but you know what I'm saying, right? So this is someone where it's like they're connecting the dots between what they kind of were pushing at you, and the pain that they were experiencing, that they were pushing at, like, projecting onto you, was actually stemming from their own experiences from their own past that they never healed from. You have made this person aware of all the stuff they have to heal, and you have helped this person face the things that they need to face. So there was a lot of stuff there. Sorry, it sounds crazy. When you see someone hanging off a wall, I saw a series of that, like boom, boom, boom. Sorry, it's like a bunch of stuff. It's like, and it kind of reminds you when you put a mirror on a mirror. Like you were to put, those mirrors, like in the bathrooms that a lot of people have, where like you can fold it so that you can see in it, and you see it reflects until I don't know, it's limited, obviously, but if it looks like it goes on forever. That was kind of what I saw. I know it sounded crazy, but it's what it is. It was like that kind of scenario. It's like boom. You may have felt the same thing with yourself. I don't know, but it's just that mirroring effect. But it definitely feels like you brought out a lot of this person's turmoil to the surface, but they weren't getting. It had nothing to do with you, and they weren't getting that what you were doing physically, what you were doing literally, wasn't actually causing the pain. It was what they had already gone through. And you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the regret. Is like, oh, wait a second. Oh, I see it now, right? So now they're looking at this and thinking, damn, I did that to them. I projected all that onto them. I was real jerk to them, kind of thing. I don't know what this person's saying exactly, but it's very much, wow. It had nothing to do with them in the end, all right? And I'm going to leave it there. Libra, your reading is very interesting. Don't forget to like and comment, and take care, Libra. So we're at 42. 34 Scorpio. So let's see, Scorpio. What are, sorry, they're saying death. Death for Scorpio. I don't know what that means, but what are Scorpio's person's biggest regrets for Scorpio? One of this person's biggest regrets that they have towards you, Scorpio, has to do with, I think, the ending of your connection, the death of it as well. When those scenes in the movie, or maybe you've had them in real life, where someone's like, oh, gasp me for air, and you got to start CPR, right? To keep them alive. Yeah, this person didn't do that. They just stood there like, damn, they're dying. And they didn't do anything. So your connection died while they looked at it and was like, damn, this is dying. And they had a chance, right? So like, oh, I should probably perform CPR up on this, right? And they chose not to perform CPR on your connection. In fact, they kind of just like watched it like, wow, take its last breath. I've never heard it. When last breath someone takes, right? And it's like that. It's like this is someone where it was like they watched it start. It's like they were there the whole time. You know what I mean? Like they're the whole time watching this, and they're like, this connection is dying. I like it's dying right in front of me, and they had an ample opportunity to like really course correct, or at the very least attempt CPR. It doesn't always work, by the way. We know that, right? But they had ample opportunities to, right? start CPR, and they chose not to. And this is something that they do regret. They really wish that they had tried harder. You meant more to this person than it came across as, based on their actions when your connection was ending with them. When things were falling apart, when I guess the great crumbling began, right? Because this is someone who's like, I cannot believe I just let that. I didn't even. It's like they didn't even lift a finger. That's the feeling that's coming. Sorry, it is what I have. Like they didn't even lift a finger. They didn't do anything. It's like their response was like not even appropriate in any way, shape, or form. And they're like, how, why did I respond like that? And it kind of feels like, I guess it would have made you feel, right? Like this person didn't value your connection, value you, think much of this. I imagine that would have been very painful for you to go through, but necessary to heal whatever that core issue, that pain, but painful nonetheless. However, it's like, I didn't do anything. It's like, I don't, I kind maybe it was a shock, but it doesn't feel like it was a shock. Was it a shock, Metatron? He's saying yes. Metatron does say it is a shock for this person. I don't know why they weren't able to do that, but I think the reason why I can't pull that, because they don't know either yet, right? This is someone who hasn't quite figured out, why wasn't I able to, why didn't I give CPR? Like why, like I knew what to do, how to, it's like they kind of, it's interesting because doesn't everyone kind of know what CPR, I know I've taken the class, but everyone kind of know what gist of it is, right? To give CPR, it's like this person knew exactly what to do to fix your connection, and they didn't. Real stingy little reading you got here, Scorpio. They didn't lift a finger, and they didn't bother, and it was a shock. It was a shock to them. This is someone who walked, I don't know, away from the situation and was like, "Did I just let that end? Am I gonna let this end?" And it's like, oh, and there's no bringing that back now, right? Anyway, is there anything else that this person is regretting when it comes to Scorpio? What could have been as well. I do feel that they really wish that they had tried, even though they kind of watched it, just literally die, your connection die in front of them. They really wish that they had tried at the very least to maybe to bring it back to life eventually, right? Or attempt to do something to rectify the situation, but they chose not to. They kind of just put it to rest. And I think that there's a part of the equation is that this person was slightly detached from their emotional body, and they were unable to truly feel their deep feelings for you. So it kind of led them to not make that choice to resuscitate your connection, but it's not the entire thing. There's other factors here, and I'm not sure what they are. Manager says that it's a bit different. He's giving me the question mark. It's a bit different for all of you, what other factors there were. But for all of you, they watch your connection just like flatline, and they didn't even tell anyone about it, right? It was like, it's just, it's shocking. It's a real shocking kind of thing. It's real shocking that this person did it, but they're shocked that they let it happen. And it's a regret now of theirs, because they look back and they understand more about how they feel about you, and they really wish that they had tried. You didn't deserve that. It's the feeling that I keep getting from this person. This connection deserved more as well, and you deserved more. Yeah. I think that's all I got for you, Scorpio. I want to thank you. Don't forget to like and comment, Scorpio, and take care. So we're at 47.50 for Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius is reading. Let's see. What does Sagittarius person regret most right now? Ooh, very interesting. So the readings have been real crazy. Some of them are like about you, some of them about other things, but yeah. Your person, what they regret most was holding you to impeccably high standards. And I'm not sure why they were doing this to you. It kind of feels like they may have come across as picky, or they may have come across as like making you work for it or something like that. It's interesting because to do that to you didn't actually reap any success. I know it sounds like it's strange, but I see you looking at this, and they're like dangling a carrot in front of you, and you're like captivated for a little bit, but like most cats do, or like a cat, that's how I'm seeing it, right? You're just like, it's too high, and you just walked away. It's not a strange thing, but That's the regret, is to keep these impeccably high standards. They're trying to make you chase them as well, right? And it doesn't feel like any of that worked. You kept, I don't know if you, maybe you came back to, like, you know, cats normally do that, right? They come back until they see if it's come down a little bit lower. But, you know, cats don't try that hard if it's too high. They know what they can do, know what they can't do. So it kind of feels like this person kept trying to dangle a carrot in front of you to get you to chase them. Also keeping like these standards exceedingly high, trying to make you live up to them. They felt insecure, and they were trying to make them feel more secure in their own body by getting you to chase them and getting you to put the effort in and work in, so that you can actually, so that it's like, you know how like people feel really insecure, they have a lot of self-worth issues, but if someone's working really hard, then you know it doesn't matter how many self-worth issues I got. They want me, they wouldn't be doing this much work. So they wanted you to put all this work into this connection without actually giving you much of anything, because they were insecure and trying to get you to chase them and trying to get you to make them feel good about themselves. But the thing is that they didn't get who they were dealing with when they were dealing with you, because you were not, you had this cat-like disinterested energy where it's like, I don't know, no, right? It kind of feels like you may have tried to chase a little bit, but you know, like cats, you know, like, oh, meow, right? And it's just like, but cats get bored real quick, right? If you got a cat, you know what I'm talking about. But that's the energy right here, right? But they kept trying to get you to chase them because they felt so insecure about themselves. This person has really bad body issues, by the way. I see that actually being the key component here. They probably are very fit, but don't matter. Everyone always thinks that your issues to do with your looks, or your issues to do with your self-worth have to do with your body. It has nothing to do with your body. Like, if you don't think you're pretty, it has nothing to do with your body. It has everything to do with your energy within you. But everyone seems to be missing that one for some reason. But I do feel this person has really bad body issues. But that was part of it. But it was the whole point of this is them trying to get you to chase them trying to get you to put the work in, and them trying to get you to make them feel good. But it's like you kind of like reflexively said, right? But it kind of feels like eventually you stopped wanting to engage in that. It was getting you nowhere, right? It kind of reminds me of, like, I have two cats, right? And my one cat, he likes a bit of a challenge, but the other one, if it's not easy, he won't do it. And it kind of feels like you're the second one, where it's like, I don't know. If this is too hard, it's like, this is a lot of work, right? No, this doesn't really feel good to me, right? It kind of feels like you were leading from this place of like, I don't know. I don't think so, right? And it really triggered this person even further. So they kept trying to I think this person would have attempted to dangle you, right? Dangle carrots in front of you, dangle, I don't know, what are those, like, cat dancers? But none of them worked on you, or not for very long. Yeah, maybe you've seen it all, but you definitely were not biting the way this person wants to bite. It's like a fish, right? You're trying to, they're bringing for another example, right? It's like this person's trying to reel you in, and you're just like, you don't look real to me. And it just kind of feels like that. Like, this person kept trying to bait you, kept trying to get you to chase them, and none of that works. Big regret of theirs, by the way. Is there any other regrets that this person has towards Sagittarius? I don't know if there were other suitors involved, or they made you feel that way. But there is a feeling here of competitiveness coming through. This sounds strange, but I have to say it. It's not gonna be for everyone. But it was like, maybe they told you about their exes, like, my ex did this. I'm not sure how this was coming across. They were trying to get you to compete with people in some way. What's really interesting is, again, they had no idea who they were dealing with. Because you were just like, okay. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like you were processing it way differently than that, nor were you taking the bait. This person was having a real difficult time getting you to take that bait. But they tried real hard too. So much work went into getting you to take the bait. If they just put that work into themselves, they could have healed that issue, right? They may be a game, like, play games, or they may like to do tests and stuff like that. It's not gonna be for everyone, but you have someone here who's very much using strategy and love, and it's interesting. It's almost feels like they're trying to almost weaponize their own insecurities against you, right? Like, I have this insecurity, they must too, but it doesn't feel like you had them. I know it sounds crazy, right? It's like, it's just, I don't think you were like thinking I'm worthless. All right, but I think they were. It really does feel like that. I'm gonna be real. Sorry, it hurts a little bit to say that because I feel like this person really just did feel like they were worthless, but they were trying to weaponize their own insecurities against you. But none of them were working. You had different ones, I guess, or you process differently than they do. Very crazy. These readings they've gotten crazier and crazier, Sagittarius. Anyway, I think that's it. I want to thank you, Sagittarius. Don't forget to like and comment. All right, let's take a look here. We're at 54 minutes, 22 seconds for Capricorn. All right. So, what are Capricorn's person's biggest regrets at this very moment in time right now? Indecision seems to be one. Also, emotionally unavailable is another. There's a long list of this person. I don't know if you've made it very clear what this person's doing wrong, but they seem to be very clear about what they did wrong, essentially. So you have someone here who's like, I understand. I get it, right? I get it. I know what I did wrong. I know where I was messing up. Very detached, somewhat devoid of emotion. Indecisive as well. I'm picking that up. But it has the emotional one seems to be the one of the bigger regrets though. They really wish it had been more emotionally available. I kind of feels like this person just wasn't anticipating that you have needs. I know it sounds like a strange thing to say, but it was like you have these needs. Like I want this in a relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to be with someone, no matter how magnetizing they are, if they're not giving you what you desire. Like what's the point? Like why would you be with someone if they don't give you the happiness that you want? Like your dynamic isn't gonna make you happy. Like why? Like who would do that? And it just feels like this person came into your connection and was not anticipating that you have that you know what you're looking for. I think they don't know. That's probably the problem here. Like they're probably haphazardly going about their relationships and like, okay, let's just try it, right? And you are very clear about what you want, about what you're looking for and what kind of experience you want to have in a relationship. And when it became very clear that you were not getting that experience from this person, it made it very clear to them that they were not giving you what you wanted and what you needed. And it kind of feels like this is someone who's absolutely, without a doubt, they just comprehend, right, what you're looking for. And it was a bit of a shock because they're like, I didn't expect them to know exactly what they want. And also to be able to speak up about it, that's a part of it as well. It's I don't, some people, they know what they want, but they're too timid and shy to say anything. Yeah, not you. But this is someone where it's like, damn, they know what they want. Damn, they say it, right? And I wasn't even anticipating that they're gonna want anything. I know it sounds like a stupid thing to say, but it feels like that, or it's like, whoa, they want this, they're looking for this. And I think this person's natural reaction is to just pull away whenever people are requesting stuff from them in a way, or asking them to do stuff that they may not be used to. And I think that may have been what they did, is pull away from you emotionally. It had nothing to do with like crazy expectations. But you just knew what you wanted, and you knew what you wanted in the dynamic, and you knew you weren't getting it. And it feels like you made it very clear that this person just wasn't living up to that. And it's like, in a sense, shape up or ship out kind of thing. In a sense, it was like that. That's the feeling that I'm getting from them anyway. But it's like it's like they didn't even want to try to do that. Why didn't this person want to try? There was a limiting belief here. One, they weren't getting what you were asking for wasn't actually much. In fact, I feel like it's not just expected, but it's like the hallmarks of a connection, right? And I think it's emotional stuff, but it's hard to say. You can let me know in the comments, but it feels like it was an emotional stuff. You're looking for emotional availability, and they're just like, I'm not going to give that, right? It's like what you were it's not just expecting, but it's like the standard for a healthy relationship is to be emotionally available. I imagine, I don't know, right? But it does feel like that to me. But this is someone where it's like, they kind of, I don't know if they felt backed in the corner, but there's just that feeling of like, I need to give more or I'm not going to be able to have this. And it just feels like this person, I don't know, it's like they got caught in between. Like, I know I want it, but I feel pressured to give more, and I don't want to do that because I'm feeling pressured to do that rather than giving it out of my own free will or something. And it wasn't like it. I know it sounds like a strange thing to say, but it's how how it's coming to me. I don't think that you were trying to force this person in any way, shape, or form. By the way, I know it just you just understood what you wanted, and this person, it's like there was a limiting belief that made them feel like they shouldn't give that to you because, well, I'm not gonna say that they weren't ready. I actually think that they may have been, but you just knew what you wanted. And this, it's like I think it constantly made this person feel like they were just disappointing you, and it may have made them shut down. But it's hard to say. Let me see. Can I get any clearer messages on that? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why did they not want to just open up? Why didn't it's like, some of you, I kind of want to say it was doing the dishes or housework. It's not gonna be for everyone, but it did feel like that for a moment. Not gonna be for everyone, but I did feel that for a moment. Let me see. Is there anything else? In terms of like why this person was like not showing up. Showing up, I think, is a good way to put it. I think that's how you'd put it. Let me see. They didn't have much to give more as well. It's part of it. It's not the whole thing though. It was you know what you wanted and you weren't afraid to say it. And I think that actually caught this person a little bit off guard. Your strength, by the way, I feel caught this person off guard. You are probably a very strong person, strong-willed. It seems to be the key one, but it's not just that. You know how some people, they just, I gotta say it like this. I have to. I have to say it like this. But you know how some people, they'll be with someone for a while, and then their sexual needs aren't getting like met, and then they're unhappy sexually, right? And they never speak up about it. Yeah, you're not that person. You're the person like you gotta go down. You gotta go back down there, right? There's just that feeling coming through where it's like you are not afraid to say you want more, and that very energy that you have within yourself, that seems to be the thing that made this person kind of like, whoa. I know it sounds crazy, but they just weren't, they caught him off guard a little bit. But yeah, what was their regret? Yeah, I guess not opening up to you, not showing up as well is another regret of theirs, and giving you more. They really wish that they had just tried. They knew it would have felt good as well. They knew it would have felt good, but it had nothing to do with whether or not it would feel good. It had nothing to do with whether or not they wanted to do it. It had everything to do with the fact that you asked. Real crazy. That you made it clear you wanted. Real crazy, right? But that seems to be the one. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, Capricorn. Thank you. Don't forget to like and comment and take care. Alrighty, so we're at 1 hour and 45 seconds for Aquarius. So let's take a look here. Aquarius. Let's see. I'm Metatron, Quantity, Gemini, and BJ. What do you want to say for Aquarius? What does Aquarius person regret most? One of the things that they do regret most is listening to other people and listening to other people's opinion about you, the situation. They should have just trusted their heart when they knew that how they felt about you. They shouldn't have stopped. They shouldn't have been questioning it, nor should they have been asking other people's opinion about it as well. I do feel like this is someone who fell for you or knew that they were interested in you the moment they met you. It was like absolutely sure about that. But it does feel like it took this person a long time, maybe to say anything, or maybe for you to get close, or I don't know. I feel like it took some time there, and this person, like in the meantime, right? While you two were working on getting closer, right? In the meantime, they were asking everyone and their mama, right, about you and about what they thought of you, rather than actually going within and figuring out what they felt for you deep down, rather than asking other people for their approval or other people for their opinion. Other people's voices got in the way, other people's opinion got in the way, and kind of obscured the truth and how they felt about you, and kind of kept this person from being able to make a choice from a place of truth. So they were kind of making it from everybody else's perception or everybody else's perspective rather than what they felt deep down. And it is something that they really do regret, because it led them to make choices that they wouldn't have made. I do feel like this is the kind of person that typically, right, follows their heart, follows their inner knowing, and then just takes action from that place. But normally I think they usually fall for people and you know, it takes them a while, right? But with you it was more immediate. And while they were working on trying to get to know you, it's like they had this period in their life, right? Or period in their, you know, your relationship where they weren't 100% sure yet about you, so they were asking other people about you, and that is seems to be what did them in. Yeah. What other regrets do they have about Aquarius or just their life in general? They have always been doing this. This is someone who is, oh, they're real bad at this. They're a people pleaser and they attention seeker, maybe. Yes, maybe. But sorry, it's not. It's people pleaser and um approval seeker as well. They have it real bad, by the way. So this is someone who has a habit of constantly looking for other people's approval. It's an odd thing. Sorry, Metatron's bringing for an example. You know how you have a TV show and then they'll write articles about what the episode was like, and people who watch that episode already will read the article to I don't know, make sure that how they felt about it was the right way to feel. Metatron says it's like that. I know it's an odd way to example, but it's that, right? Where it's like, you know, people, you know, they watch a series and then they'll read someone's opinion about what the series was like. Like, why don't you just why? I don't mean it is what it is. Why would you do that? I don't know. But that's what Metatron's giving for an example where it's like, I already read this book, right? But I'm asking everyone else what they thought about the book first before I actually tell everyone what I think about it. Does that make sense? That's what they did. It's so crazy. It's like, what? Right? Who does that? They do that. They're the kind of people that keep those sites alive, basically. They're the kind of people that, you know, watch TV shows and then they read that review to make sure that their opinion is in track with everybody else's opinion. So you have someone, it's an odd thing, but I don't know what wound that is, but that's a crazy one. But this is someone who just truly doesn't trust themselves. Sorry, Metatron gave it. Sorry. Woo! They don't trust themselves. That's why they're always asking people for their opinion and for how they see things, because they don't learn. They have trust issues, real bad baby trust issues going on here. Is there any other regrets that they have towards Aquarius or just in life in general? Let's see. They really, one of their biggest regrets though is that there is a chair that needs to be filled, and that's by you. I do feel like this person wanted you to meet their family or wanted you to meet maybe their friends. It's hard to say. I felt like it was family. That's how it came to me, like the mom and dad. That's how it truly came, but it doesn't have to be that. But they definitely wanted you to meet more of their family. You know, kind of be more ingrained in each other's lives. I'm not sure how far your connection has gotten this far. However, what they want is for your connection to go very far and for you to be more a part of each other's lives than you are currently or that you ever reached in the past. And that's a regret of theirs. Let's see, is there anything else that you have for Aquarius? I think that's it. So I got for you, Aquarius. Sorry, your person's trust is real crazy. Those are some crazy trust issues, Aquarius. But hopefully they fix them. Anyway, they do need to fix them. Anyway, don't forget to like and comment and take care. Alrighty, so we're at 1 hour 25 for Pisces. Okay. Let's take a look here. Pisces. Manager Quantity, Saint Germain, and BJ. Tell me, what are Pisces' person's biggest regrets? Ooh. I do feel like this person has a lot of healing to go in their life. That seems to be another regret of theirs. They never quite feel ready for you, and they never quite feel ready for this and this connection. And this is someone who really desperately wants to have you in their life, wants to be with you, wants to spend their life with you, very much wanting that experience. But I never quite feel in my heart like I'm ready. I had did like a service. It was a healing transmission I had received from someone on Etsy, and my heart led me to them. So I was like, yes. And it was a Pleiadean transmission. You may want to check that out. I will leave it in the person's shop in the description section. I will leave it there. So if you are interested in it, it did come through. But I had did a transmission and it was a channel message that came out in the transmission for the healing, where the Pleiadians wanted me to start to say that I am healed more, right? Just to reaffirm that I have healed, right? That I am healed. And it's true though. What I am healing currently, right, is usually activations from other lives, but I have healed all of this life. And it's kind of like that. That's what Metatron brought forward, right? And this is someone who needs to remind themselves that they have healed, and what they're healing is just other stuff, right? It's usually from other lives, but this is someone who never quite feels like they're ready or healed enough for this connection. I do feel it's more of the anticipation, and it's also getting over that hurdle or that hill that's more of the issue than actually the feeling of not being healed. But it's the symptom, right, or the excuse that their mind uses is, I'm just not ready for that. I'm not healed enough for that. But I think that they are. I think that they're in a much better place than they used to be. I think they're more whole than they used to be. And it's that feeling that they're not ready doesn't come from a place of truth. It comes from a place of lack. Where else is it coming from? Fear. Cold feet is another one. I don't know what that one is, but it is also cold feet. It's another place, right, where it's coming from. Oh, sorry. I can feel it in the heart space. Sorry. Anyway, it's very strong in that heart space, but it makes this person. There's some anxiety there. Yeah. Sorry. I was like, what is that? Yeah. There's some anxiety as well. It's more of the anticipation of being with you that is the bigger. It's like this block and restriction, right? It's what keeps this person, but it comes across in their mind like, I'm just not healed enough, or I can't do it. I don't know what they're telling them, but it's that, right? It kind of feels like, Saint Germain is bringing forward an example. He's saying it's like the first day of school, the first day you'd go, and you have all this anticipation, and you'd be all nervous, and you just go, and it's like, oh, it's just a regular first day of school, right? It's like, why was I so nervous about this? Yeah, that's basically what's happening. Like, this person's more nervous about the experience than the actual experience will make them nervous. Does that make sense? So it's the anticipation aspect. So, but how it's coming across is, I'm not healed. I think you're fine. You just gotta work at overcoming that hurdle, right? Overcoming that that challenge, and then you're gonna make your way through this just fine and feel like you're absolutely ready, and it's no big deal. It's like that nerve-wracking first day of school, and you make it through, and you're like, why was I so nervous, right? I remember to always go through those. I'm like, why was I nervous in the first place? This was like, how many first days have I had at this point? And I was nervous, right? What, right? And this is someone who they have that experience. Anyway, is there anything else for Pisces? Let's see. And for the regrets for Pisces, they don't want to let you down. Seems to be another one that's really strong, by the way. They don't want to let you down. I do feel they regret letting you down. I do feel they don't want to regret, though, letting you down as well. So they may have already let you down, but they don't want to regret letting you down even more. So this is someone who's very much trying not to be bitten again, right? Once bitten, twice shy. They're very much in that energy, in that boat. But again, it's more of the anticipation it's nerve-wracking. It's like they're building it up in their mind that it's big, it's this colossal thing, when in fact, when they live it, it's going to be like an ordinary, exciting, fun, right? But ordinary, right? And not a crazy type of day, right? That they'll spend with you, right? It's you take it day by day. You don't live your entire, a relationship in one day, right? But this is exactly what they're kind of doing to themselves as well. And it's part of what's keep this person a little bit stuck. Real sad, by the way. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I want to thank you, Pisces, for being here. Don't forget to like and comment, and take care. Bye, Pisces.